Good morning, world. This is Ivan Omeyer here again. It is 2:15 in the morning, whatever it is. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. So I decided to make a video early this morning. I'll make a nice 1 hour, 1.5 hour video, and I'll upload it later on today around, 10, 11 o'clock. Sorry about yesterday. Yesterday I woke up so late, I was only able to do one video. So I'll do my very best to wake up earlier, around like 1. If I wake up around 1, 2, 3, I can make two videos. If I wake up around like 4 or 5, chances are I'll only be able to do one video. Because by the time I make the video and I upload it and I watch it, it's already like 9 o'clock, and by that, usually around that time, I go to the store and get my beer and my smokes, or my smokes at the store. I get my beer and my smokes, or I get my smokes, right? Yeah. It's a daily habit of mine. I'm so used to getting smokes every time I'm like walking to the store around like 9:30 and getting smokes and beer all the time. Because it's a habit, obviously. You can't do without your beer and smokes. No, I need my beer and my smokes. I can't do without my beer and my smokes. It helps me with the stress, obviously, with the stress of paying this fee, saving my wife, finishing my book. I still have a long ways to go, guys, to finish. I'm only like 220 pages into my book, and my book is like 500. I don't know. So far, it's like 537 pages, and as I keep editing the book, the page count goes up, because you have spaces and all that stuff, right? Yeah. After I'm done editing my book, you're probably looking at like 600 pages. Back then, when it was all when my paragraphs were all together, it was only like 450 pages. Now it's like 530 pages. So by the time I edit the book, it'll be like 600 pages. That's why you're looking at like a 680, 700 page book for Zanus. Depends how big my book is. If it's a smaller book, it'll be like 700 plus pages. If it's a bigger book, it'll be maybe 650, 660 pages. It's a long book. Longer than Fellowship of the Ring. It's a long book, my book. A long book, man. It's a long book. A very, very long book. You see what I'm saying? It's a long, long book. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm just saying yes. But it's not as long as Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is like a total of like Lord of the Rings is a total of like I don't know, 1,300 pages, 1,200 pages, 1,300 pages. Lord of the Rings. Return of the King is only like a 300. Return of the King is not that long. It's only like a 350 some page book, and then the rest is appendices. Appendices. You see what I'm saying? The history of Middle Earth and all that stuff, right? Yeah, man. I told you, even though my book is long, the book is gonna go by so fast, because Xanth is a book. Xanth is the kind of book that will keep you hooked from volume 1 all the way to volume 3. Look at a masterpiece that I wrote. A fucking masterpiece. Xanth is a masterpiece that I wrote, man. It's a fucking masterpiece of a story that I wrote, man. Yeah, man. You're looking at an amazing book, man. A book worth billions. My book is so big, it's worth more than what? My book is worth more than the NHL, the NBA. Think about that for a second. The NBA is a huge league. The NHL is a huge league. You see what I'm saying? And what? The MLB are huge leagues, and my book is worth more than all those leagues. You see what I'm saying? It's not worth to combine. The NBA is probably worth. I don't know. The NBA is probably worth maybe 15 billion bucks. For 15 million bucks, you can buy the whole NBA. You see what I'm saying? Or the MLB is worth probably maybe six. The MLB generates more money than the NBA, and the NFL is huge. The NFL, I heard, is worth like 50 billion bucks. So my book is worth as much as like the entire league of the NFL, man. That's how big my book is, man. You see what I'm saying? It's huge. My book is huge. It's not worth as much as companies like Disney. Like companies like Disney and all those companies are worth like hundreds of billions. 150 billion Disney's worth it. The big hog companies are huge. But my book is bigger than all the big four leagues, man. Bigger than the NHL. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's bigger than the CFL in Canada. Well, the CFL isn't the big four, but the CFL is probably worth a good like $300 million around there, right? The CFL, the league's worth maybe 250, $300 million. It's a big league, obviously, but compared to the other four leagues, it's small. My book is bigger than all those leagues. Yeah, man. That's how powerful I am. Yeah, me and VJ will be richer than all those pro sport athletes. We'll be richer than all the actors and all those pro sport athletes too. Guys like Sidney Crosby, McDavid, you know what I'm saying? LeBron James, Dwayne Wade. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Michael Jordan. I'm gonna be richer than all those guys. And those guys are loaded, man. You see what I'm saying? Huh? Yeah, man. That's how big my book is, man. My book is huge. It's fucking huge, man. Yeah, man. My book is huge. So, me and VJ are so what? Me and VJ will be so rich. Me and VJ are so rich. We can own a what? A pro sport team. That's how rich me and VJ are gonna be. Man. We can own our own pro sport team. I can own a CFL team. I can own a what? An NFL team. I can own an NHL team. I can own a what? An MLB team. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that obviously. As what? As I'm not interested in owning sport leagues. Owning a sport league is what is a risky investment. You don't make much money. Pro sport owners don't make much money off their league, off their team, because all the money goes towards paying all the players for the big four leagues, right? Whereas the CFL, the owners are greedy, obviously, but for the big four pro sport teams, what? All the money's going towards paying the players, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the players all make their millions in the big four leagues, obviously. You see what I'm saying? That's why the owners don't make as much money. The only way the owner can make a lot of money if he owns a team is if he grows his franchise for like 20 years, and after 20, 25 years, 30 years, he sells it off. If you sell off your team, you can make a lot of money. But I told you it's not easy selling your team, as we live in a competitive, greedy world, obviously. See what I'm saying? I told you, me and VJ, I would never ever consider owning a team. I would never ever consider owning a team in a pro sport team. It's not that great of an investment. See what I'm saying? Pro sport owners own teams for the love of the game. They don't make as much money compared to what the players, man. For the big four, right? Whereas the CFL owners are obviously greedy people. See what I'm saying? As they pay the players shittier money, obviously, in the CFL. The CFL, the minimum salary is like $65,000, $70,000. You know what I'm saying? And the players get on average like $100K a year, whatever it is. Because the CFL owners are what? They're greedy, obviously. Obviously. Because we live in a greedy world, obviously. But I told you I would never ever consider owning a pro sport team. You consider, if I were to own a pro sport team, it'd probably be a CFL team. The CFL team in Canada. If I were to own a pro sport team, I would probably own a CFL team in Canada or something like that. But I told you I'm not interested in pro sport teams, as it's not that great of an investment. I'm into art, movies. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm into, movies. I'm not interested in the asset based business, because pro sport teams is all assets, and you have huge costs, and you lose a lot of money if you own a pro sport team. You know what I'm saying? And what? But that's how boss I'm gonna be, man. I'll have enough money I can easily buy an NHL team. You know what I'm saying? I can easily buy the Vancouver Canucks. Me and Vijay can easily buy the Vancouver Canucks if we want to. For $300 million, you can buy the Vancouver Canucks, the whole team. We can own the whole team if we want to. I'm not gonna do that though. But if I were an owner, I'd be an amazing owner. I'd be an amazing owner if I were an owner of like an NHL team. So I'm sidetracking here. Ivan, what team would you own if you own a pro sport team? I don't know. The two pro sport teams I want to own, it would be like the Vancouver Canucks or the BC Lions. The CFL BC Lions or the Vancouver Canucks, NHL Vancouver Canucks. Those would be the two teams I would consider owning if I were to own a pro sport team, which I'm not going to do, obviously. As I'm not interested in that stuff. I'm interested in movies. I'm interested in art. As I'm not interested in that. No one cares about an Ivan Vijay owning a pro sport team. Whereas Ivan Vijay owning a big film studio, people care about that. People will pay for that, man. Whereas no one cares about what? about me owning a fucking pro sport team. See what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. Ivan, you want me to tell you my one thing I wanted to do? I thought of doing. I thought of owning. This is just. I'm just throwing this out there. I thought of owning my. I thought of owning my own. Coming up with my own like hockey league. Hockey league, obviously, and where like amateurs play against each other and all that stuff. The amateur players, you have tryouts, and I thought of owning my own like hockey league or something like that. Yeah. Um, I would have paid. The minimum salary for that league would have been like 100K. Would have paid the paid all the players who did not make the NHL. They play in my league, and I have like a 10 million, like 8 million, 7 million cap for each team or something like that. That was my that was just a thought I had. Obviously, but I'm not going to do that. Obviously, as I'm not interested in owning a pro sport team. Designer. Yeah. I'd rather what? I'm sick of this guys. I'm not interested in restaurants. I thought of owning my own restaurant franchise. I thought of owning my own Sky Source restaurant chain worldwide. And the food, Ivan, what do you think of the food I serve the actors would be the food I serve at the restaurant? All you can eat buffet. But I told you I'm not interested in restaurants. I'm not interested in parks. I thought of also owning my own park. I thought of owning my own advanced park, my own like a super advanced park, underwater like an underwater park, like a huge park. I thought they build like a man-made deep water, deep ocean. That's like a man-made deep like sea. That's like I don't know 500 700 feet, and then you have roll and you have rolls you have you have something that goes in the water, and you descend like down something like Jurassic Park. Thought of putting a good like 1 billion, 1.5 billion towards that park, man. 2 billion towards that park, yeah. That was my idea, but I'm not gonna do that though. I think that's cool, yeah. Think something like advanced like Jurassic World, man. I thought of doing something like that. You have a huge park, but I'm not. I told you, parks is all assets. You have to hire hundreds of employees, and you have huge overhead costs, and it becomes crazy. Hence why I'm not interested in that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The only thing I'm interested in is Sky Source. I just want to start Sky Source with VJ, and that's it. I thought of ordering my own magazine line too. Take pictures, and me and VJ get featured on the magazines. We sell it, obviously. But I told you, the moment you do all this, it becomes crazy. Yeah, me and VJ will make more money, but it becomes crazy. And I would have to hire a CEO to run all that, you know what I'm saying? And to hire a CEO, you have to pay that CEO a lot of money. 80 million, 90 million, 120 million, 180 million. If I were to hire Kevin Feige, I'd pay him $180 million to run the to run not $180 million a year. No, you pay him $180 million for like 4 years, a 4 year contract, and he gets his $180 million, and he would run everything in my whole company, the restaurant chain, the park chain, the magazine line, all that stuff. The game. I thought of doing my own game too, but I told you it all becomes crazy. You see what I'm saying? Hence why I'm not gonna do it. But high chance companies might some game companies might approach me, VJ. Hey Ivan, you consider turning Zanes into a game? I'm like, no, I don't want to turn Zanes into a game. It becomes crazy. You know what I'm saying? Some people might contact me. Hey, Ivan, you consider are you gonna do a game for Zanes? I'm like, no, I'm not interested in that crazy stuff. Yeah, I mean, VJ will make billions, but it becomes crazy. The moment you own all that, it becomes crazy. And every time I film my movies, I don't have a clear focus because I have to focus on all these businesses. It becomes crazy. You know what I'm saying? It becomes crazy. That's why Sky Source is the only business I'm gonna own. That's it. Yeah. Like Kevin Feige will most likely be my man if I were to hire a CEO. Or Walter Hamada. You also have David Zaslav, the guy who runs Warner Bros. Discovery, whatever it is. He's good too. And Sarnoff. Those are like, and Walter Hamada. Those are like my top five. And Bob Chapek. Bob Chapek's pretty good too. Bob Chapek, I'd pay him the Walter Hamada salary, like $80 million for like to run my whole company, obviously. And all those CEOs will they'd rather work for me than fucking work in Hollywood. Because in Hollywood, they're all dirty slaves. Yeah, man. As long as you're part of the system, you're a dirty slave. You gotta do it, man. That's how it works. Whereas for my company, I give you your freedom of it. But I told you, I don't need CEOs. As me and Vijay will be the CEO of the company, you know what I'm saying? I can have Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni be the CEOs instead of me and Vijay. Me and Vijay are just the owners. You can have Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni be the CEOs of the company if you want. Because they're going to be handling a good chunk of the business. Whereas me and Veach are only making the calls for the main like 7 things, and that's it, man. With Peter Jackson or Mel Gibson for my movie. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, me and Peter Jackson are going to focus on the main 7 things. I'm going to have a talk with Vijay. Hey, Vijay, do you want to make Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni the CEOs of the company, or do you want me and you to be the CEOs of the company? I prefer me and Vijay are the CEOs. We could make Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni the president of the company or something like that. The president of Sky Source Films. The president of Sky Source Films. You can do that. You can make Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni the president, and me and Vijay are the CEOs of the company. You see what I'm saying? Or you can make them the co-CEOs. Hey, Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, you guys are my co-CEOs of the company. Me and Vijay are the CEOs. You guys are our co-CEOs. So there's 4 CEOs in the company. Me and Vijay are the CEOs. You're the co-CEOs of the company. Make them the boss of the company. Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. They're going to be the boss. Boss of the biggest film brand in the entertainment industry. Something crazy, man. Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni might tell me, Ivan, like, you could expand your company if you want to with games and restaurants and parks if you want to, but your company will become crazy and you're going to be stressed out. Yes, I'm going to be very, very stressed out. Hence why I don't want to expand my company. SkySource is good enough, man. As me and Vijay are making, I don't know, $4.5 billion off Zanus. You know what I'm saying? For the merch in the movie, that's more than enough money. We don't need to invest our money in all this other stuff. It's more than enough money. There's a saying in this world, how much money is enough? Yeah, you make more money, but how much money is enough, man? If you're making $4 billion, $4.5 million for every movie project, for your merch and your box office, that's more than enough money. Me and Vijay can take our 8 months off. We don't have to worry about all this craziness, and we can just take our vacation, settle our nice condo, do our charity. I want to do charity after each movie project. Okay, Vijay. After we finish filming, let's do charity for a good like 2 weeks. We go to different countries for every movie project. I want to go to Africa first. I want to go to India first. I'll go to India first. Then I'll go to Africa. Then I'll go to the Philippines. And me and Vijay, we help out the poor. We help out the poor people there, obviously. The charity I'm going to focus on is food, clothing, and food, clothing. That's it. Me and Vijay buy a bunch of clothes. Ivan, how much clothes? I don't know. We buy 30,000 clothes. Something crazy. Me and Vijay are going to I want to put a good 20 million around there towards each charity for the people in these countries. We buy a bunch of clothing, we buy a bunch of water, a bunch of food, and we hire people, they store it in the planes, and we ship it to the country. And me and Vijay go to the country, obviously, and we deliver all the food to all the poor. Obviously, you see what I'm saying? We deliver the food to the poor. That way we help them out, obviously. But I'm not going to be stupid and donate $500 million towards charity. You see what I'm saying? If you do that, you're being stupid with your money. Me and Vijay need to reap our return. You know what I'm saying? Don't hate me from our investment. You know what I'm saying? I'm greedy, but I'm generous. I'm willing to donate a good $20 million every time towards charity. And once, I don't know, once me and VJ, I don't know, once like phase 3 happens and me and VJ have like 50 plus $60 billion in the bank, we could donate more money. We can donate maybe 50, 60, 70, 80, 100 million towards charity. I'm not going to be stupid like guys like Bill Gates who donates like 40 billion towards charity. I'm not going to do that. You're being too generous. You know what I'm saying, guys? Bill Gates, I heard donating like $40 billion towards like research and all that stuff. I'm not gonna do that. That's crazy. That's like a lot. That's a good chunk of your money gone. But the reason why Bill Gates is donating a lot of that money because he has so much money. He has so much money, he doesn't even know what to do with it. Hence why he just donates a lot of his money, half his money towards charity because he's loaded. The guy's worth $100 billion. I'm not gonna do that. But I'm gonna donate like a good like 20 million each time, 20 million each towards charity. After that's good. As most people don't donate 20 million towards charity. No, we live in a greedy world. Most rich people donate around like maybe 500 grand, 300, $1 million towards charity. Rich people, whereas I'm willing to donate 20. Okay, Regis, let's take $20 million of our money and we donate. We put money towards charity. I'm not. I want to do the charity myself. I don't want to what. I don't want to just don't. I don't want to just send a company a check. No, as I don't know where my money's going. You see what I'm saying, her? I don't know where my money's going. I don't know where my money's going. Hence why I don't want to donate what. I don't want to what. I don't want to donate what. I don't want to donate what. What? Just donate. The easiest thing to do we can easily donate 20 million towards World Vision, but I'm scared. The CEOs are greedy people. I don't know where my money's going. Like how much of that money they're gonna actually put towards charity or pocket for themselves? Because we live in a greedy world, a greedy, corrupt world. The fact that you guys said this to me, it's not hard to figure out what kind of people you guys are. We live in a greedy, wicked world. Hence why what, BJ, when we do charity, let's do the charity ourselves. As I don't know where the money's where the money's going. See what I'm saying? Huh? I don't mind donating like 10, 20 grand, $25,000 towards charity. So what I'll do is, okay, VJ, the big charity project we do ourselves, whereas a small charity we can just donate to all these companies if we want to. We can donate like $25,000 to World Vision if you want, $30,000 towards World Vision. But if the moment you hit the millions, I want to know where my money's going. I want to do the charity myself, as I don't know where the money's going with all these charity organizations. We live in a greedy, corrupt world, man. I'll donate money towards JetBlue. VJ was involved in JetBlue. Okay, VJ, we can donate 20 grand towards JetBlue, which is nice for kids reading books. But if you think I'm going to donate like $1 million towards JetBlue, I'm not going to do that, as I don't know where my money's going. Because chances are the CEOs are going to pocket a lot of that money for themselves. They might pocket maybe $700K for themselves, and then put $300K towards helping the kids read books. Because we live in a greedy world. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, these charity organizations are kind of like a business. If you think about it, they're pretty much a business, pretty much. Just like the churches, all these churches around the world, yeah, they're non-profit, but they're a business. It's a ministry business. It's a business, man. As you look at all these pastors, don't hate me, guys. You look at all these pastors that have huge followings in the churches. They're all living the lavish life. They're all like flying on jets. The ministry, but they own nice houses. Yeah, it's a business, man. It's a charity organization. It's a non-profit charity organization, obviously, but it's a business. It's a business. All these pastors want to make money for themselves. You see what I'm saying? Huh? A ministry is pretty much a non-profit business. It's non-profit, obviously, but it's a business, man. It's a business. These people, these ministries want to make money. Yeah, man. You see what I'm saying? Huh? Hence why what? The fact that these preachers obviously are living lavish lives. That's how you know a lot of the money is going towards their lavish life for the donations, obviously. Hence why I'm going to be very, very strict with VJ. VJ, let's never donate millions of dollars to these organizations. No. We don't know where our money's going. We can donate, if you want to donate 20, 25K, 30K, that's fine. 50K, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? But once you hit the millions, we do the charity ourselves. Or you do not know where your money's going. See what I'm saying here? A lot of business people donate like $1 million towards these charity organizations. They don't even know where the money's going, man. How much of that $1 million is actually going towards charity, and not going into the CEO's pockets? See what I'm saying here? You have to be careful. Yeah. But I want to do charity after each movie. KVJ, once we finish filming, the moment we go home, we do our charity right away. Get it over with. Dedicate a good 2 weeks. We do our charity. Dedicate a good 2.5, 3 weeks. Before we release our posters and we go on that world tour, let's do our charity first. I want to go to India first. Okay, after Xanus is complete, after we finish filming the 9 months of Xanus, we settle in Vancouver, we make plans, we're going to buy a bunch of clothes, water, and food, and we're going to rent a lot of planes. Rent a good, I don't know, 20 planes, something crazy. 20 million bucks is a big budget. Rent a good 20, 25 planes, store all the food in all the planes, and we ship it to India. And we deliver all the food to the poor villages. See what I'm saying? We give back. Considering me and VJ are going to make our billions, you got to give back. We give back to the community, and we donate like a lot of water, food, and clothing to the kids. Now, I might even put money. I might do charity for shelter too. For shelter, you can build a building for the poor kids to sleep at. The shelter costs us a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? The more important one is food, clothing, and water, because the kids need to eat, they need to drink. Where shelter is not as important compared to food and all that stuff, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's good to give back to the economy. Give back to the economy and what? Give back to the economy and give back to the economy. It's good to do that. Give back to the economy. Obviously. Give back to the communities, obviously, right? Me and VJ don't need to give back to the economy. No, I'm not going to give back to the economy as what? I'm already paying billions in taxes. As I'm helping out the economy. I'm helping out all the businesses. My movie is boosting the economy worldwide. And so I don't need to help the economy, but you need to help out the poor people in these countries. Because the government's too cheap to help them out. Hence why we need to what? We need to what? We need to what? Help out the poor around the world. Feed the poor, feed the hungry, feed the poor. Obviously, you know what I'm saying, feed the hungry, feed the poor. Yeah. You can have Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni help you with the charity if they want. Hey, John, do you want to come to India with me and VJ? If you want, we can help me out with charity if you want. Come there. I could pay. You can pay them for it. Pay Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni a nice $5,000 to help you out. Hey, John, you want to do 3 weeks of charity? I'll pay you $5,000 for it. Yeah, sure. I don't mind. I'll come with you if you want. If the 17 want to come with me, they can come with me and VJ. But no. The 17 will be on their vacation. I'll just have me and VJ can go ourselves. We can go. We hire people to help us. Hire a good 25, 30 people to help you just ship all the food. Pay all those guys a nice $10,000 each to help you out. A $10,000 paycheck. That's nice. Okay, here's $10,000. Store all the food in the planes and help me. When we go to these countries, help me and VJ deliver the food to all these people. You see what I'm saying? Help us. And the people will help you. Let's see. Do that. Ivan, you sound weird. Yeah, I'm eating candy. I'm eating the the belts, the licorice belts, the sour cream, the sour licorice belts, candy belts. I mean, those are really really good. Yeah. Never. So let's talk about the world tour. Enough about me sidetracking. Like I told you, I can easily start a bunch of businesses, but I told you, the moment you do that, it becomes crazy, and you're what? You're now stressed out, and you no longer have me and Vito will no longer have tunnel vision or focus in our movie, in our one movie. If we start a bunch of businesses, see what I'm saying? And that's why what? I am only starting SkySource. That is good enough. As me and Vijay will make more than enough money off our movies and merch. And if you only start SkySource, me and Vijay have tunnel vision. We can focus on growing our SkySource company. Expand it. Ivan, will you expand your company? I might expand it a little bit. I know. I might build maybe, I don't know. I might build maybe more stuff around my land for my company. Expand it a little bit. I don't know. Build maybe what? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. A cafe maybe. A cafe for the 17 with the actors. I might consider doing that. I'm not going to do that though. I might consider expanding it a little bit, but I'm only going to focus on the film division of my company. That's it. Expanding the film, my SkySource film studio. I'm not going to expand it with parks and all this stuff. No. Like Disney, no. The what? Owning a park is a risky investment. You can lose a lot of money. It's assets, and you have to hire like hundreds of employees. No, man. You have to hire like 1,000 employees. Like, it's crazy. Stick to SkySource, it's enough. That's more than enough for my company, man. As me and Weege are gonna make more than enough money off SkySource. You see what I'm saying here? Come back out of here.